This is Hayes Q Jones, your DVD and Blu-ray baller on a budget, and this is HQ Videos for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please like, share, subscribe. If you're a current subscriber, what's up? You're greatly appreciated. Come on in, make yourself at home. This week takes me back to Dollar General. Been scouring the Dollar Generals in my area. I actually went to Plant City. It's about 40 minutes east of where I am, and found something at Dollar General. And along my Dollar General pick, have my classic pick for the week, my 3D pick, have some Universal pick, Shout Factory. They have a Kino in there, Disney, so a whole cornucopia of goodness in there. So stay tuned for these bangers. But before I get into what I picked up, not only do I collect movies, yes, I'm one of these weird, wild individuals. I actually watch them. And on a weekly basis, I like to share some of the things I watched, either streaming on the Fire Stick, live in the theater with my family, or physical media. And I'm going to kick it off with some physical media. This is the 1966 science fiction movie, The Bubble. This was directed and written by Arch Oboler, produced by Marvin J. Chomsky. This stars Michael Cole, Deborah Wally, Johnny Desmond, Cassie McMahon, and Barbara Eiler. And this is a couple that encounters some atmospheric conditions as they're flying in. She's pregnant, about to give birth, and they kind of make this emergency landing in this small town. And they find themselves in some very strange situations, and all the people are acting really kind of funny and quirky, though. Very cool 3D movie. This is actually out 1966. What I love about the 3D, they do intentional pop-outs. They're goofy, they're silly, but they let you know you're in a 3D movie. They have something where they have a broom, and they're pushing the broom in the screen, so the broom looks like it's coming at you. The first scenes, I think they have the wing of the plane extended out to the screen. So love the 3D. Storyline seems like something you might see in Twilight Zone, something like that. And it has a lot of similarities to a television show. I don't want to spoil too much of it. It's a television show that came out a few years ago, Under the Dome, I believe. So very cool 3D movie. It's a Kino Lorber pick. Kino Lorber does an excellent job in restoring these 3D movies. So if you like classic 3D science fiction, definitely check out The Bubble. My next pick is a 2020 comedy drama, Irresistible. This was written and directed by Jon Stewart, produced by Catherine Farrell, starring Steve Carell, Rose Byrne, Chris Cooper, Brent Sexton, and Will Sasso. I think Will Sasso used to be on television show Fridays or something like that, one of those comedy skit shows. But this is a Democratic political consultant who helps a retired Marine colonel run for a mayor in a small conservative Wisconsin town. And if you hadn't told me this was written and directed by Jon Stewart, I probably wouldn't have guessed. But since I did know it was written by Jon Stewart, the whole movie sounds like something that would come directly out of his mouth if you're familiar with his commentary, politically incorrect, and is very appropriate, especially being in an election year. It goes pretty much the inconsistencies and some of the underhanded tricks that politicians do or their campaign members do to get someone elected, though. Very funny in parts, very appropriate, again, for an election year. So if you like to, and it's actually very factual, the premise of it, which it could actually happen in real life. So if you're interested in stuff like that, political humor, definitely check out Irresistible. My next pick is a 2024 American supernatural horror film. I actually saw this streaming on Netflix, Tarot. This was directed and written by Spencer Cohen and Anna Hallberg, based on the story Horoscope. It's produced by Leslie Morgenstein, Scott Glasgow, and Alyssa Dutton. This stars Harriet Slater, Adane Bradley, Avantika, and Wolfgang Norvgads. And essentially you have these college students who rent this house for the weekend, and they find some tarot cards. And one of the individuals actually knows how to read tarot cards, so she reads each individual's horoscope as determined by the tarot cards. And that's when everything starts happening. Very cool, very funny sci-fi type, funny horror picture. It's not really jump out and scary kind of horror. It's more supernatural, kind of creepy, dealing with the supernatural more than less. So, but very fun movie. Saw it on Netflix. Good watch if you like fun supernatural movies with a little bit of horror sprinkled in. Definitely check out Tarot. My last pick is another 2024 movie, an American apocalyptic film. This was written and directed by Michael Sarnowski, produced by Michael Bay, Andrew Forum, Brad Fuller. This stars Lupita Nyong'o, Joseph Quinn, Alex Wolff, and Djimon Hounsou. And this is actually a prequel to the A Quiet Place, the first two movies. And don't want to give too much away. It starts out in essentially a care for people who are dying, and they want to take a trip out to the city in New York, and that's where everything happens. Compared to the other two, I actually like this one the best. In the opening scene, there's one of the characters who's in the movie. My God, I'm just losing my thought here. Hereditary. He's one of the actors. He actually plays a young kid in Hereditary. He's actually one of the caretakers or overseers of the hospice location where the people are at. Lupita Nyong'o does a fantastic job in this movie. This has a lot of action, a lot of science fiction, some low moments because, of course, if you're familiar with the movie, it's a quiet place, so no one can really talk. My favorite character out of the whole thing was actually the cat. The cat was probably the smartest thing out of the whole movie. It revolves around Lupita Nyong'o and another guy who pretty much follows Lupita, trying to find some assistance. The other guy, he looks a lot like a young Robert Downey Jr. But great movie, great action, great suspense, some very tender moments, as well as some very dramatic moments. The ending, very bittersweet though, but fantastic movie. Now, without further ado, sit back, relax, have a drink of a smoke, and I'll catch you on the other end of this video. We're back at the Black Cave. Back at the Black Cave. We're back at the motherfucking Black Cave. Have my Dollar General pick up here. Have my classic pick for the week, my 3D pick for the week. Have a little something, Disney Movie Club, Out of Print, Kino Lorber. Have my collector set of a Shout Factory release. So, got some bomb stuff here. Give me a minute, let me get these scanned in, and we'll jump right into it. Hold on. Let's just jump in to what I picked up at Dollar General. Double feature. Yeah, Richard Burton, Clint Eastwood, and Where Eagles Are, and Kelly's Heroes. Never seen either one of these, though, but I grew up watching Clint Eastwood, Telly Savalas from Kojak, Don Rickles, Carol O'Connor from All in the Family, the late Donald Sutherland, Kiefer Sutherland's father. Donald just passed a couple weeks ago. Warner Brother release. I think I've seen this a few times before, but it was a little bit higher priced, so good price point for me for two movies. Kelly's Heroes, Where Eagles Dare. I love it when they have two separate discs instead of just having one disc. Even though they're Blu-ray, they have a lot of capacity, so they're not compressing them. I still like the separate discs, though. So the action double feature, Warner Brothers release, Kelly's Heroes, and Where the Eagles Are. That's what I picked up at Dollar General. The rest of these are eBay and Amazon pickups. Next, we have from the creator of Jurassic Park, Michael Crichton, the Andromeda Strain. And I believe they did a remake to this also. I think I have the bootleg copy of the remake. I might have recorded off the movie.net or something. Andromeda Strain, and this is a Universal release. It's rated G. Wow, I don't have too many rated G movies outside of Disney. The Andromeda Strain. Next, it's a classic. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito. They also did at least one other movie with twins. And I think that's why action heroes like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis, Sylvester Stallone, I think one of the reasons they do so well, besides doing the action hero things, they diversify. They also do comedy. Sylvester's actually done drama with movies like Fist, Paradise Alley. Arnold, he's done a little drama with movies like Maggie, but I think that's what has given them the appeal and the star status that they have now, is that the diversity in roles. Unlike someone like Steven Seagal, I don't think he's ever done a comedic role. He's always the alpha male or whatever, and after a while it gets a little redundant. So movies like Junior, Twins, I think that's a great mix-up for action heroes like Arnold, Sylvester. Even Jason Statham has some kind of tongue-in-cheek roles. Wesley Snipes, he actually did Tu Wong Fu. So great movie. If you haven't checked this out, this is where a man actually becomes pregnant, and this is actually done before in another movie. Matter of fact, hold on, let me get that movie also. I can't verify that. This is just my opinion. This is the first movie, I haven't watched this yet though, about a man getting pregnant. So if you haven't heard this is, I think it's actually out of print. I had to get an import of this. I think there's a Spanish version of Rabbit Test, but essentially you have a man getting pregnant for the first time. And this is who released this? Studio Canal release. So in my opinion, whoever did Junior probably got the first influence from the movie Rabbit Test with Billy Crystal and that crazy ass bitch Joan Rivers. Rabbit Test and Junior. My next, this is a Disney home movie exclusive, The No Mobile. I remember him from Bedknock bed knobs and broomsticks. I don't know if she was in the same movie or not, but I do remember that kid. And I think there's some other Disney movies. And if you weren't fortunate enough to get your favorite Disney movies when they had their channel, you're kind of SOL, because a lot of these online are high as giraffe booty on an arm and a leg and a foot. I haven't seen this in a while though. The No Mobile, Disney movie home classic. Next, speaking of Sylvester Stallone and non-action comedic roles, Fist. I haven't seen this in a long time, so I don't even remember the plot of this though, but I know this is out of print. I was actually able to get this at a decent price. Kino Lorber, Kino Classic Fist. Next, so you had a Shout Factory collectible. This is the Ring collection, and I actually watched all of these recently. And oddly enough, I think I like the second Ring better than the first one. They're both pretty decent movies. And if I'm correct, they're based on the Asian horror film Ringu, which I haven't seen yet. But you have the first Ring. I think it's Naomi Watts. And I don't know if this is the movie that started that trope or that urban legend of watching something, then getting a call, then dying so many days later. I'm not sure if this started here. But classic movie, The Ring in 4K. You have The Ring 2, which kind of gives a little background on, it's a little bit of a prequel on how the girl in the, I can't even think right now, in the well, how her story begins. I think it's more a little bit of a prequel. You have Rings 2, the 4K and the Blu-ray. Then you have pretty much a remake, Rings, which was okay. It was decent. I still want to get Ringu because I haven't seen that yet. Just like The Grudge, I think that was popular at the time. They're similar type of looks. In The Grudge and in the Ring, the characters have this really odd, kind of jagged kind of motion, how they move, which kind of adds to the creepiness of the overall picture. So it's my Shout Factory unboxing of the collector set, the Ring collection. Next, my classic pick for the week, Amazing Grace. And for all you that really aren't up on black stand-up comedians, before Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams, before Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Red Fox, there was Moms Mabley. One of her best lines I can remember is, the only thing an old man can do for me is give me a message from a young man. And she was a maverick of comedians, especially being a female comedian. Just her delivery and just her subject matter was a little bit racy, and it was pretty much unheard of from comedians back then. So, and she always kind of presented herself being older than what she really was. The movie was just okay though, but and you can tell she was older when she did this movie, so the acting and delivery not as sharp as when she was younger. I actually remember growing up with my homeboy listening to her albums, Bill Cosby, Richard Pryor, Moms Mabley, I think Pig Feet Markham. So, iconic woman, may she rest in peace, Amazing Grace. And my 3D pick for the week, I've been actually scouring the internet. They actually had another copy from some distributor, and I don't know if they just stopped selling them, but couldn't find any more copies. So just kept looking, and finally found a German import of the Minions in 3D.
Minions, The Rise of Gru. That's what that means. Not that I can read German or whatever language it's in. I just know this is the Rise of Gru 3D, which I was looking for. And pretty cool ride to a Universal, the Minions ride. And this, people, is my Dollar General pickup for the week. Familiar with the channel, you know the routine. Because of lack of space, I have to store a lot of these movies in folders. So let me separate the art from the disc and the plastic and get you good people on your way. Hold on. I have everything scanned into my CLZ Movies app. C as in Cool Runnings, L as in Lucy, Z as in Zodiac. Let's knock this out. I have everything laid out, ready to be put back in its proper place. As usual, I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in, leaving comments. If you made it this far, smash the like. Give me the big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Other than that, may the best of your past be the worst of your future. Everyone be safe. Deuces.